Greetings. Welcome back. My name's Matt. I'm from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. Before I move on, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody out there who supported the channel. And though the channel's growing organically and very slowly, which I kind of wanted, it's nice to know that we've just been informed that it's been 3,000 views, which is kind of okay. It's a step in the right direction, and I honestly believe that each step I take is climbing up that staircase. But again, as I said, and you hear me say, it's not necessarily about success or what I do. The more people get out to, the better I know we can get across the years and years of experience and things that I've seen that I know I'm trying to reach out in other ways and other platforms in order to get the message out and for people to kind of know about what we do and how we can all come together with unity and harmony, because we are all one under the same sun, and we are, whether God's name is Allah, or Jehovah or God, he is still one living energy and we all serve him. So what I wanted to talk about today is about 4 questions which helped me when I was going through traumatic times in my life, and I feel it would be kind of good to introduce it to you today. And it's based upon how you could look at yourself and how you look at the world. And I feel it could be beneficial because it can help you to then kind of help manifest that stuff that you want in your life. So what I'm going to read it out to you. I'll put the name up here of who the author is, so it should be popping up about here, and then so you know who wrote it. So I just want to start with how it goes. It says, my grandfather Red Jacket offered simple teachings. For example, each person should ask himself or herself 4 important questions that can serve as guides. Am I happy with what I am doing? Is what I am doing to add to the confusion in the world? What am I doing to bring about peace and contentment? And how would I be remembered when I am gone? That is so true, so important. Now, let me just break this down a bit, and really look and dissect each line that this actual statement says. First of all, first question is, am I happy with what I am doing? Now, if you're not happy, then we need to address that. That needs to be looked at, dissected, and then worked on, because we all know that we go through life, and as our parents have probably done jobs to feed the family and just to have a job. And we are fortunate that despite what's going on at the moment, but we have the opportunity to have the internet and other capabilities of mobile phones, smartphones and laptops and tablets, that we are instantly connected around the world. So something our parents didn't have or our grandparents didn't have. So us changing and learning, where courses are going online, you can pick up your knowledge quite easily than if you had to sign up and then start college or university, say in September or whatever. So let's look at that. That's what are you doing to make you happy? That's important. So, and that means really look at what it is, not what other people perceive it to be. And in my last video where I spoke about the circle, how we all seem to live in this whole circle in life. And inside the circle is perception of what other people deem how we should be and how we stay comfortable in that scenario. So we stay doing the same job, we do the same, drive the same car, we stay in the same area, we don't move away from our family, we don't go and explore, we don't live our heart desires, we just stay safe. Then outside the circle, this bit is called infinity, and that bit is to look at the other aspects of you remaining within that little circle. What's on the outside? What's over the fence? Sometimes it's not. It may not be greener, but you are going to learn. You're going to grow. I don't believe in. I always say, don't go through it. Grow through it. Don't go through it. Grow through it like a flower. Because with each and everything you experience, that saying, if you don't die, if it doesn't kill you, then you're going to learn from it. But the reality is like life is about growth and expanding and learning. The other question says, is what I'm doing adding to the confusion in this world? Now, yeah, that's the whole point. What I just said, when you're staying inside a circle and you're really frustrated, you're getting upset, and you're arguing with people because you want to really go and travel the world. You want to go abroad. You want to go and experience Italy, Rome, France, Paris, go to the mountains of Tibet, the Himalayas, India, the Caribbean, or South, and all these places you want to go to, Canada, all these places you want to go to, but you stay stuck because of reasons. And then what happens is something sometimes changes and someone else goes, or something happens, and then you remain there because time just ticks away like a clock, and then you get frustrated and really angry. But you don't know where it's come from, because remember, you're in this little circle. So, and as it says, is what I'm doing going to aid to the confusion in the world? So if you're going to do something, is it going to add to the confusion? No, it's not. It's going to benefit the world. It may confuse you a bit because it's a new path that you're going on. It's a new journey. So as you come back, and as I said about, if you see my videos about the hero's journey, and you go through all these different things and different trials and learning and meeting a mentor, that you at the end of it come back as someone new, kind of like when you got to face somebody and you go away and you go and studying and train, then you come back a different person and they say to you, you look so different. It's about growing inside you and being really authentic in who you are. The third point says, what I'm doing going to bring about peace and contentment. Yes, yeah. Peace and contentment. That is an important statement there in itself. If you're inside that circle, as I keep talking about, if you're peace in that circle, that's fine. Some people like to just stay in that circle. They like to just go to the pub, come in from work, stay at home, and again visit the mum, the mother-in-law. That's their life. That's fine. That's not the issue. The issue is the other people who don't want that, and other people can't handle them not wanting that and try to hold them back because they want to, as I said, travel. And you need to bring peace into you, because if you don't have peace, you're going to be so confused and could lead to all these mental health issues and emotional issues. But if you think about it, all this stuff is going to affect children or people around you if you don't deal with yourself and these things that need to be addressed. So you need to really drill down and look at what it is that you want to do and live your life in the best possible way. And it may not be, you may not know where you're going, but like with the headlights, in dark, you can only see 2 meters in front of you. But as you keep going, each of it will keep lighting up and showing you the way, showing you the way, showing you the way until you get to your final destination. As what Jack Canfield said on A Secret, it's important that you find out what's important for you, and that's because equally the people that you're with probably will benefit them as well. So moving on to the last part, he says, how will I and how will I be remembered when I am gone? So now, if you're a miserable git, and then you haven't lived your life because what you wanted to go out and do because you were stuck at home raising whoever. I'm not saying raising children is bad because I did that, but if you didn't live your life because you were at home and you was with your brothers and your sisters, and they were saying you would never achieve something, so you stayed safe, and then you become aggressive, and the minute you go away, and I found this, I had a really good friend of mine who was brought up Jehovah's Witness, and that she wasn't allowed to go out again. It's part of the culture. But what happened was is that as they left, as she left, she went out. She just went kind of wild, really, to be honest. Fortunately, over the 4 to 5 years that she was out and she was partying, drinking, and falling into all the wrong crowds because she just wanted to get out of that circle that she was in. Now, I'm not saying about that belief system's wrong, but what I'm trying to say is that because this person was stuck, they couldn't find a way. So the minute they got out, it was almost kind of like party time, you know. So they went out, done everything: drugs, drink, sleeping about, had a couple of miscarriages, abortions, and then I remember speaking to her, and she was saying to me that, you know what, God found me again. And then she returned back to, she wouldn't go to church, Jehovah's Witness. She came back to a faith, and she found God again. And God obviously called her back to his fold. And then she went out there, and now she goes out and she's like a minister now. And she obviously preaches about her journey. And sometimes you could say maybe that was just her journey, what she needed to go through in order to become this person. But you need equally say that maybe she was going to go out there and stay there. Remember, she had a choice to listen to the calling, you know, and I can guarantee you that people may be called because they're not in that zone right there of receiving and accepting, that they would never really hear it. And when they hear it, they fear it because it in that circle, and they need to be able to hear it. Sometimes when you're in that circle and you hear that calling, that it's you can stay within that circle and just there to be a shining example. God's not going to pull you out from somewhere and put you onto a journey and then humiliate you and make you look stupid and then leave you high and dry. It's not how he works. That's how the darkness works. God takes you from somewhere because he wants to glorify you and glorify him. But equally, the stronger and the closer your faith is with him, and the more you develop, is how stronger you become and how stronger he sets up there. Now, if you think about it, let's look at a relationship you may have with somebody, a friend or a child. Now, if that person is really close to you and they always are with you, they're always calling you, they're always checking up on you, they're having that communication 24/7, not harassment, but, you know, always there for you, and they need something, 10 out of 10 at the time, you will turn around and do something. You will put them first, right? This is the same scenario, and I use that terminology to make it real with people today, because it's like when I do my work and people go, oh, you're so connected to God, blah, blah, blah. And I goes, sometimes it is a struggle. And it's not a struggle with my links to God. It's my struggle with me being me and then having my links to God, because I struggle with being human in this circle. And that human, for me, my circle is being human in a way, because I feel really limited in sometimes in the things I want to do and go out and achieve. Despite I've done so much, like I've helped people with cancer, I've helped people pass over safely, I've helped people come back from the dark places who have made died and have removed dark entities and so on. That's not what, that's for me, that is just illusions, like tricks. Yeah, it's still important, it's still good because it's helping somebody, but the magic and the power is someone being at the end of their days and they are really scared, or someone who is really lost and don't have no motivation, and people just not taking the time to listen to them but then God blesses me and puts me with that person, and then I help him. But then it's a balancing act of trying to not them get too dependent on me, because I am here to give my heart and support to the person, but I'm not there to do the work for you, if that makes sense. Your journey is your journey, but it doesn't mean every step you take you have to keep calling, or and that's where the friction comes in. People need to drive the car, but me be a co-pilot. Like, God's my co-pilot, and sometimes when I'm driving and I'm like, I can't handle this, I'm a bit afraid, he takes over and he drives. So the reality is like, going back to all those questions, is how all these questions I mentioned is about helping you to become a more empowered individual and to find what it is that who and what you are about. So if you heard this video, bring it back and play it again and listen to those questions, mark them down, because I'm sure it will help you, especially if you're stuck. So I hope you're well and I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Namaste.